So today I'm going to start on a series of backdrops that I'm creating for my photography, video, and my podcast, which is called Coffee with Creators. The crazy thing is, a couple weeks ago I realized there's really nothing keeping me from actually doing this project, and I've wanted to do it for a long time. And so I was like, well, let's get it done. So I went into the store and got some tools and some wood that I needed for structurally creating this project. And the cool thing is I have an endless supply of pallet wood outside here at my building, because a lot of shipping containers come here with a lot of different products for the company that's downstairs, and they just throw out every single pallet. And so I have a great resource for that. And so I'm also going to show you guys some of the tools that I use in order to create not only this project, but a lot of the things that I'm going to show you guys in the future. You niche down to it. There you go for that. Thank you, California. So to start, there are several tools that I would highly recommend you guys get, and the number one thing would be a tape measure. And funny enough, I have like 5 of these things around the shop, but I can't seem to find any of them. So I just went out to Chautauqua Brick, which is our local hardware store. Gotta support local business, and I bought a couple of these guys, and I really need to start getting organized. So one of the up and coming videos is going to be me getting organized with all the tools that I have and keeping them in one place so I can find them. So for this project, I'm using Starbit screws that are incredible. I get them 10 pounds at a time, and they're a great deal. About $32 for 10 pounds of them. Obviously, you can get a smaller box of these guys, but best bang for your buck, especially if you're gonna work on a couple different projects or multiple projects. I like these guys because the Starbit does not strip out like the old crosshairs. These guys are super secure and they go right in, and they're great. You can get coated ones that are great for outdoor use, like Adirondack chairs like I create, but also for decking or anything that's gonna be out in the weather and you don't want the screws to rust. These guys are great for any non-structural use. So if you're creating like a backdrop like I'm about to create, or something else that is not like the structure of a house, these are highly recommended because they're really easy to use, and you'll go through a lot of them in the process, so you want it to be seamless and really easy to go in. As far as drills go, I've got a whole DeWalt set, a driver and a regular one, and these guys are great. I only have the 18-volt version. Obviously you can get newer ones, but I got a great deal on a whole set of these cordless guys, and I like them a lot. So we're gonna get started and let's get this project rolling. So now we have the basic structure to the backdrop. We've got our 3 2x4s going vertically, and we've got 2 2x2s going horizontal on top and bottom. And we're gonna start actually sanding the 30-inch back slats that are gonna be going across in numbers of 2, 1 on each side. That'll equal to 60 inches across, which is 5 feet. And hoping that I have enough to go from top to bottom. It's roughly 9 feet tall, and it'll make a great backdrop when it's finished.
Slow. Here comes the fever. Here comes the fever now. Won't you go?
hiccup along the way. The backdrop is about, I would say, 70% done, but several of the boards that I thought were 30 inches across are actually 28 inches. We want it to actually look good because this is going to be a backdrop that's going to be on film and photography quite often. So I want it to look as best as it can. So let's try and figure out a way to fix it.
Here comes the fever. Here comes the fever.
So now comes the tricky part. We've got our face of the backdrop, and that's complete, but it actually ends up being pretty heavy because it's almost 9 feet tall. And so I want to create a platform that the casters will go on that will attach to the bottom of the backdrop, and also be a place where I can put weights and things on it so that when I'm rolling it around, it's not top heavy. Because the last thing we need is for it to fall over in the middle of a chute and hurt somebody. So I'm gonna start designing that platform now that the casters go on, and then I'm thinking it'll probably be really good to create a triangle of some kind so that the backdrop is secured to the base and it won't be top heavy. Welcome to day 2 of this build. It was a little more involved than I expected, but the awesome thing is that I got the entire flat back part of this backdrop complete. And so now I'm working on the platform that it's going to attach to in order to stabilize it as well as roll around. Now I found some pretty industrial pallets that I am now going to cut up, and they're actually perfectly the width of the backdrop and the platform that I need. They're exactly 5 feet in length. So I'm cutting those up, and that's going to actually be the baseline for the backdrop.
Here comes the fever now. Take it slow. Here comes the fever.
Hey guys, so now that we have the platform all set and ready to go, we're gonna have to attach the casters to it, and we're also going to be attaching these pieces of 2x4 with a 45-degree angle on each end. And we're gonna have 4 of these, 2 long and 2 short, that all connect the platform to the back of the backdrop so that we get a good triangle in our structure, because triangles are the most structurally sound, they're very durable, and then we'll add weights to the platform to make sure that the whole thing doesn't tip over. So as you guys can see, I've got these pieces that I'm now going to connect with a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to attach them and then tip it up, put it up against the wall so that I can add weights to this platform so it doesn't tip over, and then I'll be able to roll it around the shop and have a great backdrop. I did it. I'm excited because what I saw in my head, and I was like, I'm just gonna do this, actually worked. And here it is. This is the reclaimed lumber backdrop that rolls. And it's super smooth too, because I put weights on the back to balance it out, and it's awesome. So here it is, the reclaimed wooden backdrop. And there's definitely some things I would do differently next time. I would film a lot more, I would do a lot more B-roll, and I would change things up as far as the movement and the way that I showed you guys how I build this backdrop. And the awesome opportunity as far as building it again is I'm gonna be building several more so I can learn from my mistakes and improve upon them next time. Probably won't film myself filming any more of these because I've already done that and you guys wouldn't really be interested in seeing me build the same thing again. Filming yourself while building something is definitely challenging. It's challenging because it takes more time and you have to think about how is the viewer going to experience this build along with me. And I want to be able to challenge myself in the future with this whole maker vloggery movement, and as Levi Allen would say, life is better when you make stuff, to really experience how to better tell a story, how to better tell what I'm doing in my everyday life, because I build stuff like this all the time. I create things in my shop all the time. I'm constantly making candles and videos and different things. And I want you guys to come along with the experience that I'm having and experience yourself through these videos. If you guys are into photography or woodworking, comment below, and I'd love the interaction. I'd love to be able to talk with you guys and chat about this whole experience. If you have any ideas for things that you want to build in the future related to photography or woodworking, I'd love the input. And remember to subscribe, click the bell to get notified whenever I post a new video, and have a great day.